We had an amazing first day of Camp Courage in Fresno today, and afterward we hit the town for some parties. Here is Cleve Jones speaking at the reception.
It's good to be back in Fresno, and I mean that sincerely. I'm glad to be back here. I was here just a couple of weeks ago. I was here 30 years ago when we were fighting the Briggs Initiative, and Harvey Milk and Sally Gerhardt said, we've got to start raising money in San Francisco and get it out to the Central Valley. And I remember starting up in Redlands and Red Bluff and Grass Valley and coming down to Stockton and to here and to Modesto and Bakersfield. And in each community I found, like 2 or 3 very, very frightened queers, and we would usually meet, in the public library in the history section. I would slip them cash under the table and whisper suggestions on how to use it to let their neighbors know that in fact in Tulare and Lodi and Stockton and Antigua there were gay men and lesbian women who were standing up for their rights. It was a very frightening time. I was here 20 years ago, is that right, for the what's the name of the conference again?
You asked me after 4 drinks.
4 drinks, I can't remember. It was sponsored by the Gay Straight Alliance and the student group, and I remember being picketed by the KKK as we arrived and looking at these ridiculous people in sheets driving around in an old pickup truck. But it reminded me of the risk that people take in communities like this when they stand up for their rights, and it's very different from what we face in San Francisco or West Hollywood or Hillcrest. There, when we protest, when we march in the street, really it's a lot of fun and it's exciting. And I think a lot of us who live in the big cities forget what we're asking when we ask people in these kinds of communities to come out to their neighbors, to their colleagues, to their coworkers and their families. And so I wanted to tell you how much I honor and respect the commitment that you have made. I'm also very excited about the opportunities here, especially after my last visit, which was just a couple of weeks ago, an event sponsored by the Gay Straight Alliance again, and it was for middle school and high school kids from the Central Valley, and I thought the church was packed with people. There were like 300 kids, 13 to 19 years old, who were absolutely ready to go out and do whatever it takes, wherever it takes, to win their rights. And while we are focused mainly on the issue of marriage equality right now, these kids, in the question and answer period, it became very clear that the right that they were fighting for was a much more basic and important right even than marriage. It was the right to live and go to school without being beaten and murdered. And that's the reality of what people face here, and we understand that, and the Courage Campaign understands that. And I know that there have been previous campaigns where people came in from the big cities and did fundraisers and then left and didn't come back and you didn't see them again. And I'm promising you that that will not happen again. And we will listen to you and we will hear what you have to say about running this campaign in your community so that we win. Now, at most of these Camp Courage events, I do my little thing about getting old, and I am getting very, very old. Not as old as Sheila Kuehl. I'm getting old, and I'm feeling feeble. And when you saw that movie, I was that hot. And Hirsch, I was that cute. I was taller as well, and I had the big curly hair and the big glasses and everything. And I remember, and I really do want the young people here to listen to this. When I was 17 and really finally understanding what it meant to be queer and leaving home as a result, my greatest fear was not getting beaten up, not being discriminated against, not being hurt by straight people, even though I was very frightened of straight people. My greatest fear was being an old, lonely faggot. And I think that's deep in our culture, and there's this constant barrage of misinformation telling us that if you are gay, when you get old, you will be alone, and you will be sad, and you will be pathetic. And over the years, my butt has sagged, and my tummy's grown, and I've gotten wrinkled, and I dye my hair, and I look exactly like those old guys I would look at. That can't be that much fun. But I want you to know I am 54 years old, and this was the best year of my life. I have never had so much fun in my life. I have never been working with such wonderful people in my life. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so proud to be part of this movement. so excited by the opportunities that are before us. One of the reasons why I'm excited about working with Rick and his team on the Courage campaign, aside from the fact that they're fun and they're smart and they work hard, is that when I look at this country today, this planet, I am so frightened for the future. I've got little nieces, 5 and 6 years old, and I really am very frightened for the world that they are out to inherit. And we look around us and we see the enormity of the challenges that we face. And really, let's be honest, our little part of the struggle is really so tiny when you look at the global agony that this planet is facing, and the challenges before us, the need in our own country to restore democracy, to reunite our people, to face the really extraordinary challenges that are coming down the road. And I think that our people, queer people, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender people, understand fully the crisis that our country and our planet face. And I believe that we want to take our place among the ranks of ordinary men and women all across this country, all across this planet, who stand together at this crucial time for peace and for social justice, to save the planet, to build human rights across the countries, across all of the boundaries and barriers that divide us. We want to be a part of that solution. We want to stand with President Obama and the Congress and all people of goodwill in all nations to save this planet. But we wish to do so as equals. Yes. We will not compromise. We're going to fight for marriage equality in this state, and we're going to do so recognizing that we are part of a larger struggle for peace and social justice all across this planet.
And after Cleve spoke, we got another surprise. This is Matt. He was one of our facilitators at Camp Courage in Fresno today. And tonight he did a drag performance as a fundraiser for Camp Courage. What are you up to tonight?
I am up to manic performing. This doesn't really make sense. With broken shoes and a broken dress.
Let's look at your shoes.
Oh, here, you can check out the safety pin job.
Awesome. So tell me about your performance just now.
Well, it was about Prop 8 via Pink and the Dive in the Pool song. I like water sports, so there's a lot of water. And I don't know, what else do you want to know?
Tell me about your performance in general.
Meaning?
Do you perform a lot?
Oh no, I never perform. I've only performed once before, and it was for
Shut up.
charity, and this is the second time
Shut
again.
up. This is only the second time you performed?
Yeah.
You're so good. Shut up.
Thank you. No, I'm terrible.
You're awesome.
No, I'm obviously not manicured.
So tell me what you're performing for.
We're in Fresno right now for Camp Courage Fresno, and a wonderful lady named Felicia, plus some others. I'm not really sure who did it besides her. I think Jay did, and Jason, but I'm not entirely sure. And plug, those lovely people. And they are putting on a fundraiser for Camp Courage tonight at this splendid club I can't remember the name of. What is it called? Express?
I don't remember. Express, yeah.
And so I'm here performing for, to help out with the cause, do what I can do, even though I have no idea what I'm doing.
Tell me about Camp Courage.
Why do we have to do this interview when I'm not a boy?
We can do it tomorrow as a boy too.
No, it's okay. Camp Courage is a fabulous little program, big program, that the Courage campaign put together, and they did it in LA once, and now they're doing it in Fresno. They're going to do it in San Diego and San Francisco, and basically it's a LGBT activist training weekend where people learn skills and network and gain a lot of resources, internet tools, etc., etc., etc. And it's fabulous. And we had Dolores Huerta come speak with us today, who is the head of the United Farm Workers Union, and who, did with Cesar Chavez everything. She did it with him. And tomorrow we have Cleve Jones speaking with us, who's also here right now, and who just spoke right before I made a mess of myself. And that's Camp Courage.